This is a cottonwood tree, specifically a Fremont cottonwood common to California. They like wet places, and you'll often find them along stream beds. Now we're going to a chain of alpine lakes known as the Cottonwood Lakes. What do you suppose the chances are we'll find a few of these up there? The hike starts at the Horseshoe Meadow Campground, where there are 13 sites with a fee of $6 a night. Directions to the campground and trailhead are in the description. We decided to camp here because this will be a relatively long day hike, and we wanted to hit the ground walking as close to sunrise as we could, and not get stuck hiking the last miles with headlamps. The trail, which starts at a wheezing 10,000 feet, climbs a little and then ticks off a mile or so, gently descending through an open forest of pines. And then it pretty much levels out. By this point, you're thinking, wait a minute, we have a 1,500-foot elevation gain, right? Is that going to happen all at once? In a way, yes, but it still won't feel real steep. Such is the beauty of this trail. Now, after a little more than 3 miles, we enter the John Muir Wilderness, which was created in 1964. Now, for those who like statistics, it covers 650,000 acres and runs along the Sierra Mountain crest for 100 miles. The wilderness does have some persnickety rules. One that sticks out to me is no wheeled or mechanical devices. Now, that means no bicycles, drones, or carts. I don't think I've ever seen a cart out here. At any rate, while I think wilderness is a state of mind, it is comforting to know I don't have to worry about a drone flying overhead. When you pass this junction for Cottonwood Lakes, veer left. Now you can, if you want to explore the area more, take this trail up to 3 other lakes in the Cottonwood Lakes chain, along with Old Army Pass, often used by people on their way to climb Mount Langley. Later on, we hit another junction for South Fork Lakes. This time, veer right, headed for New Army Pass. Not long after this junction, we come to the first Cottonwood Lake. And this raises for me a pet peeve I have with the way the places are named around here. This is called Lake 1. Now, how much imagination did it take to come up with that? This is balanced by the fact there are no cottonwood trees around here for miles. So whoever came up with the lake basin name of Cottonwood was being really creative there. I mean, my gosh, how hard could it have been to look up a couple of Norse gods or something like that? Or even, I don't know, name the lake after your wife? Continuing, be sure to look for 14,000-foot Mount Langley, that massive granite ramp above you. Now, if the site tempts you to summit this bad boy, keep in mind that while the way up has little in the way of actual rock climbing, the fairly well-marked path is grueling nonetheless. Give yourself plenty of time and you will be rewarded by Sierra vistas that include Mount Whitney, the White Mountains, and Owens Valley. Eyes back on the trail, we pass another lake, which on my map is unnamed. I don't know. Maybe they ran out of numbers? From here, we climb through a massive boulder field. Say thank you to the people who somehow found a route through here that didn't include hopping from rock to rock. The trail comes out alongside Long Lake. That's at least a little better, although it's more descriptive than anything I would call inspired. It does stretch out a ways, so I guess someone was trying. At 11,000 feet, Long Lake is the best place to camp in the area if you have a permit. At the west end of the lake, slightly hidden from the trail, are these campsites. You won't regret spending a night here. As for us, the trail immediately launches uphill. It then flattens out for a moment and then continues climbing. Reaching the base of an imposing cliff. So our turnaround point is High Lake, which tells you something about the altitude here, which is 11,500 feet. I might add that above us is New Army Pass, which, if you're feeling strong, is another 800 feet of climbing. The original Army Pass is on the other side of the Cottonwood Lakes Basin, so called because it was used by the Army to patrol Sequoia National Park in the early 20th century. However, no one's actually explained what they were doing patrolling a national park. If I sounded too cantankerous about this naming business, I have to admit, once I saw High Lake, I came to the conclusion a beautiful lake, by any other name, is still a beautiful lake. As I'm sure is obvious, you simply return the way you came, some 7 miles, back to the trailhead. So, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Just to let you know, I post one hike each week. And in the meantime, go to the woods, no matter who you are.